Hello everyone and welcome back to part 2 of Final Fantasy VIII. I've already gone ahead and drew 100 of both Blizzard and Cure for both Quistis and Squall. I didn't get 100 scans because you really don't need all that much. You probably could, if you're going to get 100, just get 100 on one character only. And then if you have to split it up, you can split it up. But you really don't need a crazy amount of scan. You just need probably well, I guess it depends on how many times you think you're going to want to use scan. Really, you'd only use them for bosses or enemies you don't know the attributes of. But I would just say get as much as you think you need. But you don't need a whole lot. But either way, I did go ahead and get 100 Blizzards, 100 Cures, and I got quite a bit of scans on both characters. So now we should be ready, excusing the random encounters, to do our Fire Cavern entrance exam before we do our SeeD mission. Okay, so these are the bite bugs. It can give you so she's just saying that you need to press G when you're doing your limit break, which will only happen if you're low enough health. I don't think that he's low enough yet. Okay, I would have voice acted it, but it came on so fast I was trying to do something else. I'm not going to do a whole lot of this. I just want to get some fire while in. But if you want to try to get AP for your abilities, and yeah, if you press G at the right time for Squall's weapon in particular, the other weapons in the game you don't need to do this with. Yeah, if you press G, his gunblade will actually fire while you're hitting. And you'll do more damage. It's also how you activate his limit break in general. Because... Okay, I'll say this before I continue. If you were trying to get all of the achievements, do not do any enemies that you don't have to, because there is an achievement where you can... One of the achievements specifically wants you to finish the game without leveling your main character Squall at all. He needs to be the starting level, which I think could be an absolute nightmare. It kind of is. It is really difficult to do until you get Encounter None. So realistically, what you'd want to do is, if you want to level up your abilities and actually learn things, but without learning or having Squall level up, you would have to have him be dead. That way that your other characters could potentially level. Levels, to put it simply, levels don't matter in this game at all. They really don't. And they really don't matter if you're trying to like min-max. They don't matter at all unless you're trying to get attribute bonuses once you've learned the ability to do so. So yeah, if you're trying to get that achievement, do not have Squall level ever. If you want to try and get that one later, then you can just play as normal. But I just want to mention that before I continue, because we're going to get to the point of where if you're actually killing things, he will level and you will never be able to get that achievement on that save file in particular. So, yeah, I just forgot to mention that. Okay, so we're gonna go to the fire cavern. Okay, junctioning magic. Now pay attention. I'll be explaining how to utilize the magic you have stocked. Okay, so this is just talking about junctioning magic and that if the ability to junction magic has been allotted, like you've learned it and everything, you can junction magic to a certain attribute. As I mentioned before, there are certain magics that will boost a certain stat higher than other magics will. And this is the best example I can come up with. There are other ones that fit better, but Protect is the best in slot for Vitality, because Vitality is defense, and Protect is defensive magic. Other things can be put there, but Protect is the best in slot for Vitality ever, pretty much ever. Same goes for Shell with Spirit, because it is magic defense. HP is anything that's recovery magic, so it could be Cure, which I probably will do for Squall. And obviously you'll get like the better versions of Cure it throughout the game, and you'll get magic that can revive you and like all that stuff, and that's better in that slot than anything else you'll put there. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and skip this for the most part, because I don't necessarily even think when I read this as her reading it, I think it's like a narrator. At least in my head it is. Yeah, you can do an auto junction if you don't know what you're doing, and it will junction magic with attack being the priority, magic being the priority, or defense being the priority. And it'll put the best in slot in whatever you're trying to do it for. But realistically, it's not that hard. When you draw new magic, try experimenting with it when you junction. This is how you become stronger. Okay, ready to go? Oh. You know how to use your gunblade. Okay, I'm just gonna go, I already know. I'll explain it myself. Okay, I'm just concerned, that's all. Alright, let's go. Okay. So, as I've mentioned, if you've ever played Final Fantasy before, every character has a thing called a limit break. And a limit break can only be activated if you have a spell, which we'll get quite a lot later. It can be randomly activated for a certain other character's limit break. Or if your HP is low enough, if you're considered low life. You can cheese limit breaks like crazy if your HP is high enough, because the threshold for what is considered low level is a lot higher the more HP you have. So you can actually stay at a relatively healthy HP while still being able to do limit breaks. And you can absolutely tear this game to pieces with it too. So realistically, I think we're nearly at the level where you can spam refresh the menu and try to get limit breaks, because we're like nearly halfway down in our HP. And that's usually where you'd start getting them more often. If you absolutely see that your HP is yellow, then it's a lot higher when it's yellow. So yeah. And his gunblade can work in two ways. One being that when his limit break is done, that the gunblade will do it by itself. You won't have to press the G button all the time. But I don't know necessarily if you'll be able, because I've never really done it that way. Most of the time I just do it my own. But if you do cut it on, you won't ever see the indicator. So I'm going to leave it as is. And you can actually turn it off if you don't want it on for more challenge, but I'm going to leave it as is. And I'll show you whenever I actually get a chance to do it. Right now I don't have an opportunity to do it. Okay. Okay, so these are the... I forgot what you call them. I'm trying to figure out how to say it without spoiling things. I guess you could just consider them overseers or guardians. I guess that's the best way to put it. But yeah, they're in charge of your tests. Objective: to obtain a low level GF. A SeeD member must support. Are you ready? Okay, if you need more time and you need to go get more magic, go and get more magic. But if you're like me and you have the amount of stuff you got, you're good. I will say I still need time to prepare, just for a second, because I never actually jumped to anything yet. So... yeah, for example, with this. If you put Cure in Spirit, it goes higher than Blizzard is, because Blizzard is considered black magic, and Cure is considered white magic, which is still not the same as Shell, whenever you get that, because that's considered defense, and that gives you even more at 100. So I'm going to go ahead and put Cure here, and I'm going to put Blizzard on his, and that'll make his magic quite nice. I don't think it'll necessarily make it high. It's like almost as good as the Strength is, which is crazy. Okay. I'm ready. I'm his support. Instructor number 14, Quistis Stripe. Select a time limit. Choose one suited to your abilities. Challenging, yet reasonable. Okay, so if you're really wanting to max out your SeeD level earlier, you want to pick the lowest time possible and do it as quick as possible. I'm not going to do that just because I don't want to stress myself out. I'm going through enough already. So I'm probably just going to go with 30, because I think 30 is fine. 40 is like overkill. 20 is probably the good medium. 10, you have to rush it. If you have full blizzards and you're just like casting blizzards and using Shiva and all that stuff, then you'll be fine. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do 30 just to be safe. Very well, good luck. Okay, and they've blocked your way, so you can't get back out. I mean, you probably could go back out, but my job is to support you in battle. Everything else is up to you. Fine. You know, the boys often choke on this test when I come with them. I guess my charm makes them nervous. Whatever. I'm just kidding. I'm trying to keep you relaxed, that's all. There'll be quite a few random encounters in here, and they do eat into your time, so you have to account for those as well. Okay, so these are the bats, and I think they give you thunder. Yeah, thunder and scan. I'm trying to get a couple. I don't want to go too crazy because you still have to account for time. So there's one last round and then just run away. I'm not going to bother doing anything right now because I'm trying to save for min-maxing for stat bonuses. Because I have another save file that I'm working on that's like at the end pretty much that I could do the achievement with. So really this is just more about me wanting to min-max. Okay, so over here, there is a fire drop point. Okay, 10's pretty good. And that's all. The others don't have anything. that I'm aware of. Okay, so there's bats, and there's also bombs. Okay, and she's just telling you to use the ice magic you've acquired as an easier way to kill them. Okay, if it gets too monotonous with these, if it's not a new enemy, I might cut them out. Okay, so this is a Buell, and they have every elemental magic that you can have as element. So if you want to just sit here and get magic, if you want to just prepare for everything else, you very much can. Especially if it's just one, because they don't do much damage. Okay, so I want to go ahead and just run away. They're very cool looking. It's like a giant fan with wings. So this is where your objective is. I probably could have just did 20 minutes, but it's fine. Okay, so I usually don't have an issue with the HP mattering much, especially with limit break stuff you can do. And they both have cure, so it's probably fine. Okay, so work on HP. And I will say the good thing is if you're worrying about the squall leveling up thing, bosses don't give you EXP at all. All they ever give you is items and cards potentially, and AP, and they give you a lot of AP. So squall doesn't have to be dead for those. But if you're trying to get that achievement, he does have to be dead for just regular enemies. He has to be, because if you don't, if you're trying to get that achievement, it will ruin it. Because there are some enemies in some battles that Squall has to be in by himself, that he has to kill to get in, he will get XP. And if you mess up even a little bit, then he will level and you won't get the achievement. Okay, so this should be okay. The thing that's sucky about not leveling and getting EXP is that your GFs won't level unless you get them. So they'll be a bit weak at first if you're just trying to min-max, because eventually you'll get the other stuff. I'm blathering on, but like, I have to explain it. I guess I was right. You and Cypher are in a class of your own. You both have amazing strength and potential. Okay, this is it. Are you ready? You seem confident enough. Okay, so now we are fighting Ifrit. He's not too bad. Okay, and he has Fire, Cure, and Scan. So if you don't have enough cures, then you won't have to worry about it too much, because you have them. I just don't want to get too low. He does pack a bit of a punch though, so you don't want to be too low. Okay, 102 is not bad. Still early. I've always loved Shiva. So pretty. Okay, 168. They have Shiva? Yep, they sure do. Okay. Here's Shiva again. And the thing is, the GFs themselves have their own HP bar. So if things get a bit iffy, you can sacrifice them, potentially, to be able to live more. If you have to. I will say while this thing's going on, the main thing that's sucky about the junction system is that, yes, you need magic to junction, but when you use magic, you're depleting your things, which will lessen your stats. So it's kind of counterproductive. It's very odd. Not bad for a human. Okay. Okay, 98. Okay, so we're veering into pretty dangerous territory. Because his physical hits hurt a lot more than his magic does, as you'd expect. Okay, I will say, draw casting can vary in strength than your standard magic casting. So you do have to be a bit careful. I don't want to play around with having too low at this point in the game. Later on I'll be more careful, or I won't have to be as careful, but right now nobody has an HP junction, so I kind of have to be. Yeah, if you're for me to lose to a human, very well, I will join you. Okay. Yeah, he's not too difficult. Okay, so he gives you G returners, so if your GF dies, you can revive them, and he gives you his card. This is what I've been waiting for. In 20 AP. So, very, very nice. So, this is Ifrit, and this is what I'll be giving to Squall in the meantime until we get a third member. And then I'll be giving it to them until I get a different third, or a different GF to use for the third, and then I'll give this back to Squall. There isn't much time, but let me go over this real quick. Good, you've got yourself a GF. If you junction that GF, you'll be able to use the LMJ ability. Here's an explanation on elements. Okay, so this works similarly to junctioning to your attributes, but instead of raising your attributes, it will make it so that your elemental attack has an element, which can be very good or very bad depending on what you're facing, because of a thing called Eater. If you've never played Final Fantasy before, I don't know if other games have this, I'm sure they have, but they probably just call it something else, but in Final Fantasy in particular, there is a thing called Eater. If they have enough of a resistance to it, they will instead recover HP with it instead of losing, or instead of being resistant to it. And those are really dangerous because if your attack has that element, you can never attack them because you just kill them instead. So you do have to be a bit careful with what you put. And you can change any time, but you can't change it in a battle, which is... you have to make sure you're accounting for that. Yeah, so if you go over to the left section, that will go towards your elemental attack and elemental defenses, which I believe Ifrit gives you both. Yeah. Yeah, and you cannot junction non-elemental magic to elemental stuff, because it won't work. There is no element to junction. Yeah, at the 100%, the attack becomes entirely elemental. So if you're facing something that's going to eat fire and you have fire, you'll heal them. Yeah, at 100%, the damage is reduced to 0. Yeah, if you see the green star, that's what's considered Eater, but they just refer to it as just being absorbed, which is pretty much the same thing as Eater. And that can be really nice because if you're running low on your recovery magic and you have Eater, you can use the elemental spell on yourself of what you'll eat, and then you'll heal yourself that way. That is quite nice. And you can junction multiple versions of the same magic, and that will raise the effect, like they're going to do here. So then you would fully eat it, instead of just halfway eating it. Yeah. Not too bad, and really not all that difficult. There's a lot of fire elemental monsters here, so junction Blizzard to your elemental attack. You'll have an easier time with fire elemental enemies. And that is true. Thankfully, the timer does not go once you've actually finished killing Ifrit. So, you very well could do 10 minutes, but you have to be quite quick. I will say the annoying thing about the bombs is that they grow bigger when you hit them. And I don't know if it's just attacks. I think it might just be anything that's not ice. They will get bigger, and then the bigger they get, the stronger they get. And then eventually they will blow up. So you have to be a bit careful with those enemies, because they hurt you a lot. A lot of random encounters. Huh. Had a hard time running away from that one for some reason. Okay, so now the guards are gone. And now we are going to go back to Balam Garden. Because we are now done here. I'll check my HP. This is okay. Yeah, this should be fine. Some more bite bugs. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna go right back to Balam Garden. Well done. Let's see. I thought there was something else I need to go over with you before you take the SeeD exam. Oh yes, taking care of your GF. This is something you won't have to watch out for. Okay, so this is talking about the abilities and the XP and the AP, and I've already gone all over that. There are certain abilities some of the GFs can learn that are incredibly good that you want to get. And that's not even just the junction stuff, which you also want to get, because junctioning is very powerful, as you'd expect. And you definitely want to make sure that you have the ability to raise your attributes, because that'll help you a lot. Oh, I will say, boost is pretty good if you are good at pressing the button and not pressing it when it says not to, because it will also raise the summon damage. But you really don't have to fool with it if you want to. Like, the damage is pretty okay for what they do, especially if you actually level. This is pretty much all I went over. The sucky part is that you can't skip any of this if you've done it plenty of times like I have. So you legitimately have to spam X or spam. Ironically, it's also X on the PC version. Now change into your uniform and assemble at the first floor lobby. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to our dorm, but I'm gonna save first. I'm gonna try not to make the mistake of trying to save in slot 1, because that's not where it goes. Yeah, I've always loved Balamb Garden. Oh, so cool. Very pretty, very large. I don't remember what this guy does. I know he does card stuff. You should visit your parents while you can. They won't be here forever, sadly. Okay, so back in, I will say, if you're doing cards, this guy's pretty good. Don't underestimate him. He's good. He has some pretty nutty cards early. Okay, so I want to save. I want to make sure that I'm not overriding something that I need to redo potentially. Okay, so if you want to take the opportunity to do the card game, you can right now. Since you have Ifrit, you have an advantage. Because a lot of people, aside from the guy there, don't really have all the great cards. And Ifrit, by comparison, is like a whole different level. So you actually can try to start building your card collection at this point now. I would just make sure that you save often, because with the way that the card game works, the general rule, unless you have a different one that comes later, it's really, really annoying to deal with, it's usually just one card. But they can also take one of your cards, and they will usually take your best one, which at this point in the game is Ifrit. So I would be a bit cautious about making sure that you save often, because there actually is, with the card quest, there will be a time where you actually do want to lose a card in particular, and it's quite annoying to deal with, but you have to actually have the card in the first place. I know I'm blathering on, but like, it's important. So I'm not going to pull it yet, because you don't necessarily have to right now. So I'm just going to go to the dorms. I mean, I guess I could potentially just show some of it now. I don't know. I kind of want to just get on with the SeeD mission. I will say his SeeD mission, his outfit is actually really cool. I do like it. Obviously, I love his original outfit too, but I think it's pretty cool. Okay, so his room is here. Okay, keep it changed. If you want to do anything outside, make sure you do that before you get changed, because as soon as you get changed, the events that's going to happen will come into place. Squall, over here. I'll be announcing the squad assignments for the exam now. Let's see. You'll be with Zale Dinched. Quite a lively fellow. Lively? He's just loud. Can I switch members? I'm afraid that's not possible. Over here, Zell. He's definitely something. Whoa, I'm with you? Okay, so this is gonna go over his limit break. His limit break is button combos, which can be a bit daunting because some of them are like 7 buttons long. A lot of them aren't too bad. There's just like his standard ones are normally like 2 or 3, but his finale ones, like really huge damage, is probably about like 5, 6, 7 button long. They're pretty hard to do sometimes. If you've done them enough, you can kind of get used to it, but yeah. Yeah, you can see Burning Rave, it's like 5 buttons long. I probably will cut his on because some of his are kind of annoying to do. The problem though is that if you're good at it manually, I think not having an auto is better because if you're good enough, you can do more button inputs quicker than the machine can. I believe. Yeah, he's not that difficult, it's just button combos, and if you're not good at it like I am, then it's not that great. You don't get along with Cypher, do you? Heard he whipped you pretty bad this morning. We weren't fighting, we were training. I bet you he doesn't think so. Look, Cypher's just being a pain in the ass. All you have to do is ignore him. That's none of your business. Excuse me, but that Cypher you're talking about, he's your squad leader. Say what? It can't be changed. Cypher, are you here? Yep. Squall's worst nightmare, being teamed with the person who cut his face. Fujin and Raijin tagging along as usual. Guess that makes up the whole disciplinary committee. You're the squad leader. Good luck to you. Instructor. I hate it when people wish me luck. Save those words for a bad student that needs them, huh? Okay then. Good luck, Cypher. Add instructor trait to the list. List? What is it? Well then. You're all assigned to Squad B. I'll be instructor in charge. Teamwork is of the utmost importance. Let's get through this exam, everyone. Listen up. Teamwork means staying out of my way. It is Squad B rule. Don't you forget it. What in the world do I do for his voice? Because I don't really know if I can go that deep. I don't want to kill my voice either, because I don't really talk all that much. I'll do the best I can. Everyone here. It's been a while, everyone. How's everyone doing? The exam will involve 12 members from Squad A through D. You will be proceeding to a real battlefield. Obviously, the battles are for real. Life and death, victory and defeat, honor and disgrace. Each of these go hand in hand. There's only one way or the other. How about it? Are you still up for it? You will be accompanied by 9 SeeD members. Should you fail, these members shall get the job done. They always do. Well, that's one less worry on your mind. The pride of Balam Garden, the elite mercenary force, SeeD. Learn from them, obey their commands, and accomplish the mission. Prove yourself worthy of becoming a member of SeeD. Best of luck. It's funny how blurry it is. Yo, Squall, show me your gunblade, will ya? Come on, man. Just a peek? Fine. Yeah. Why are you being so selfish, Scrooge? Say something, will you? What's on your mind? Nothing. Stop that, it's annoying. Chicken wuss. What did you call me? Knock it off. Instructor? Who was that girl in the infirmary this morning? Was someone there? I didn't notice anybody. Is there a problem? No, not really. This is great. I have chicken wuss and a guy who just reached puberty in my squad. Okay. So we are going to drive this into Balam City. It's all the way over here, and I don't believe you can get out at all. I kind of wish that I went in here before the mission started, but... So that's the vessel. I ain't gonna turn it back now. Huh? You scared too? Hey, you guys are last. Get in. Hurry up and get in. Don't disappoint me now. Come on, move it. Hurry, Swall. Alright. Okay, I love the music that's coming up, but it's not quite yet. What in the world do I do for her voice? I'm trying to make them all different somewhat, but it's kind of difficult because this is my first time ever doing it. I'm not quite used to anything yet. What do I do? Hi, Quistis. Well, these are the members of Squad B. Nice to meet you. Pleased to meet you. Cypher? How many times has it been now? Oh, I just love these exams. I'll explain the current situation and the mission. Be seated. Our client for this mission is the Dalit Dukedom Parliament. Our request for SeeD was made 18 hours ago. Dalit has been under attack by the G army since about 72 hours ago. 49 hours into the battle, Dalit abandoned their position in the inner city. Currently, they have retreated into the nearby mountains and are reorganizing their troops. That's the current status. Now on to the mission objective. According to our reports, the G army is mopping up the Dalit troops in the mountain region. We're to make a landing at the Lapine Beach. We're to eliminate the remaining G army within the city and liberate it ASAP. Afterwards, SeeD members will intercept any G army forces trying to make their way into the city from the mountain region. So what are we supposed to do? SeeD candidates are to eliminate the G army inside the city. Sounds important. Sounds boring. So what you're saying is, we'll all do the little dirty work. Oh, it hardly needs to be said, but the order to withdraw takes priority. Do not forget. We're almost there. We anticipate a battle as soon as we disembark. Just be prepared. That's all. Any questions, talk to Quistis. Okay, I don't necessarily think it matters who you talk to. I don't actually remember what Do Nothing does. I think somebody will just pipe up if you do nothing. I'm trying to talk to Quistis first. What is it, Squall? Here's a quick explanation. The goal for this mission is to eliminate the Galbadian forces that have entered Dalit. The order to withdraw takes priority. Be sure to make your way back to the shore when you get this order. I'm gonna do Cypher last. My first real battle. I'm getting pretty nervous. Better not piss your pants. Huh? You talking to me? Bastard. Okay, enough talk. We'll be landing pretty soon. Get ready. Roger. Alright. Yeah. Well then, Squall, go see what's going on outside. Okay. Good, because it's my order. Okay, I love this part. If you're wondering, the song is called The Landing. Okay, you are to secure the central square. Be sure to equip your GF before you head into battle. Let's move out. Okay, so what you can do, now that Quistis is not in your party, is you can junction exchange. So instead of literally taking all the magic you have and putting it on somebody else, and then taking the GFs that she has and putting it on somebody else. You can just do this, and it will exchange everything you have on the next person. So I'm going to put this on Zale. So he now has what Quistis had. And I am going to give Cypher a fridge. Although he won't have any magic. So he'll just have the strength thing with nothing to equip. I could give him something. Let me just give him the thunders I have, I guess. I could give him fire to be on point, but it's fine. Okay. You might notice someone familiar. Okay, but I am going to stop it here for this part. I don't know how long I'm going. Let me check. Okay, so yeah, I am going to stop it here. And in the next part, we will be actually doing our first SeeD mission. So I will see you then. If you do like what you see here, please consider subscribing. I would love to grow my platform as big as I can. I know my voice acting is a bit iffy, but I'm trying to work on it. I do want to do voice acting as a hobby, but, you know, practice makes perfect, you know, the whole ordeal. But yeah, I will see you in the next part.